And I was like,
I called her and
hold on.
I was like, yo, I broke up with my girlfriend. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Like that. And she was like, well, I got to break up with my boyfriend.
Hold on.
I was like, all right, break up with your boyfriend. And then we
I was like, beep, boop, beep,
so she
boop,
like
beep.
hung up the phone, called up her boyfriend. I was like, hey, bro, we're done.
Because was it the same night that he came over and he was trying to like break in my house then?
What?
Well, he tried to fight me.
Well, no, but
So, bro, I'm gonna
when
sling.
Hold on. After I broke up with him, you came over. Did you or did you not? And
Yeah,
then
he's
he
trying to
tried
break
to
in the
break
house.
into my house.
Yeah.
And like, because he knew he was there.
So I got shoulder surgery when we were first dating. Like we just started dating. So I'm in a sling, right? So I just got my shoulder rebuilt. And he like texted me something like, I'm going to slit your fucking throat.
You're like, I'll
And
be
I was like,
over.
hey, get in my truck. We're going to go find your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
and I'm going to show him what the deal
I'm going
is.
to come find you.
So, bro, we roll up. I get out of my truck. I'm in a sling. All I have is I can't swing my fucking left, bro. If I'm in a fight, I get a hold of you and I like smash you. Like I'm like fucking.
Pick things up, put them down.
Yeah, like I'm not. I'll hit you with one big right. So I'm in a sling like this.
He came out with like two or three
He
friends.
came out with a brick.
And like
He has
his-
a brick. His boy had a baseball bat. And
the other one had a lacrosse
stick. And I was like, I am fucked.
A lacrosse stick made you nervous?
No, the brick made me nervous. I don't know. I thought I was gonna hit with
No
a brick
shotgun?
and a
You're a
baseball
fucking
bat.
PA boy. No shotgun.
I didn't have
no
anything,
shot?
bro. I was in a fucking sling. I wasn't planning on it. Ugh. But I just pretended like I was hard, and they all backed down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a little muddy. But then we just dated forever after.
Dude, we all have the best time ever to start a small
If
business.
I'm not going to be 100% in, I'm not going to do it.
Come on, man, just be yourself.
Yeah, and
Just show up as yourself.
if you don't realize what I'm really about, I'm about freedom, family, and my country. Dana, Rob, welcome. Cheers.
Cheers, my
Oh,
friend.
I gotta get something
You gotta get
way
some wine.
cooler.
You want some wine?
Yeah, we'll get it. Don't worry.
Maddie, can we get her some wine? Please. So, how are you loving Jersey so far?
We like
It's
Jersey.
beautiful here. I like the houses.
It's close to PA.
It's close to PA. Yeah.
A little different topography.
A little
Yeah.
different, yeah.
Way different than Montana.
We're like accustomed to Montana now.
You're just like fully in love with Montana.
It's weird. Like when we come back here, I'm like, I remember this, but it doesn't seem like my life anymore.
I don't remember it.
How long you been
I
out there?
pretend not to. 8 years?
7 years,
7 or
maybe.
8,
We don't
yeah.
really know.
We bought our house like eight years ago. We've been there officially like 7.5 years, I think.
A lifetime.
Yeah, it feels like that, right? 8
Yeah.
years.
I just
Yeah.
tell
New
people I've
habits.
lived there my whole life.
They
And
believe you.
especially if you do live there, you just say that you've lived there your whole life.
Yeah, you're in it.
Yeah.
You're part of the Montana gang.
Yeah. I don't know anything else. Except when I come here and I see my whole entire family in one day.
So, the podcast is really built on being able to turn around and helping the next generation of entrepreneurs or small business owners. I was a guy, for your fans who will watch this, who got kicked out of high school my junior year, didn't have a wealthy family.
Why did you get kicked out?
We can go into that later.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of want to know.
But I didn't have much, and I was willing to chew through concrete to get to success, right?
Yeah.
It's a new song on a new album.
Yep.
And you guys should check out the new album, because I heard a little bit of it. It's fucking sick. And when I started to learn about you guys, because I'm not a fitness industry guy,
Yeah.
but I started to hear about Rob Bailey, and then I met Keaton, and then as I met Keaton, I learned more about you guys and started paying attention. I'm like, these two have done something that's really cool and unique, and they're not fitness industry people. And I don't mean that by any type of disrespect.
I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I thought the both of you had different visions of where you were going and what you were doing. And you also are the type of people that are here in my backyard who I'm just a simple guy, you know, trying to like help people. And you came and showed up, and we had great dinner, great drinks. And that's what fucking matters to me, is about turning around and helping the next person in line. And I'm the next person in line behind you two. So thank you for coming.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate that, because that's what this podcast is predicated on.
Thanks for having us, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the invite.
Absolutely, dude. Any day. So, jumping in here, I want to know a little about you guys. I want to know what your story is. When did you meet? Dana, tell us your version.
First
We got
day
different
of-
versions.
First
I wanna hear
day of
Dana.
We got
college.
different versions. All right.
Is it different?
Yeah.
I thought it was the same. It's
Nah,
just
it's
you're
different
coming from a
versions.
different side
So wait,
of it.
I'm allowed to put wood on this?
You're allowed to do whatever
I like
you want.
being interactive.
Okay, put wood on it. So we met in college. He played football. I played soccer. So,
Was he any good?
What's that?
Was he any
Yeah,
good?
bro, I'm a fucking super athlete, bro.
Of course. Are you kidding me?
He did save you from like a
He did,
Death,
which we can talk
yeah.
about later. Near-death experience.
yeah.
So we're both fall sports, so they have all the athletes come in 2 weeks ahead of time for preseason because you're practicing like 2 or 3. I think football, you guys had like 3 practices a day or something. I don't remember, but preseason, and they put you all in one dorm. So like you think of a football player and like you're
It's
just
like a
going to
petri
practice.
dish.
Yeah, kind of.
They're like, hey, all the sports, get in this one dorm.
So all the
Welcome
soccer
to college.
girls and yeah,
Great idea.
yeah, it was
Right?
the first day.
Smart college people.
So there wasn't much to do because it was like literally you woke up, you had practice, and you'd eat, and then you'd chill, then you'd have another practice. So at nighttime, everyone would sort of like all congregate to like the bottom floor. It had like a big TV.
Any cocktails involved?
No, I don't. No, we
No
didn't.
cocktails?
Yeah, there was no cocktails.
You guys are fixated on crushing it.
Well, I don't think. I think our coach
They're
would.
18 years old.
D3,
D2?
D2.
D2. Yeah, D2. So yeah, everyone kind of congregated. So it was like everyone would be, and Rob looked very different than everybody else.
What's that mean? We got to go
So
back to that.
you know, like like all the football players, you're like wearing like mesh shorts and flip flops, and like, you're just
That
comfortable.
got you excited?
No, he was definitely not wearing that. So he had like a red and yellow flame S&M shirt, not S&M, just the
BMX.
BMX
I'm a
S&M.
BMXer, bro.
Yeah.
Were you good?
No.
Yeah,
It's too big.
You're just.
I mean, so.
A 220-pound BMX.
I can see you like a harrow,
You know?
bro, with some pegs.
No.
Little kickflip. Anyway, had a S&M, like, I remember his full outfit. He had capri cut jeans and red Timberland boots.
What?
He had like
You still got capri cut jeans on
No,
right
these
now.
are
These
shorts,
are
bro.
shorts.
They're Jorts.
These
I
were
cut
like
shorts.
these
Yeah.
were like here, and like red Tims.
Red Tims. Now
and
I
like
got
a bunch of piercings in
close
his
enough.
face, and
What are
I was
those
like,
things?
oh,
Marc Jacobs, I believe.
they're red bottoms, so they're fancy.
They're not
You
real
look
red bottoms.
fancy. You're too fancy nowadays, dude.
I like boots, man. Bro,
I
we're
like
talking.
these.
We're talking. Me at 18 years old, or I was 17.
Yeah, we were like 18, I think.
I graduated. Oh yeah, we were 18. But like same thing. I just wore boots every day. I still
Yeah.
wear boots.
Yeah, you had
With
boots.
some jorts on.
No, so
capris.
capris because I used to cut
Capris.
all my jeans, but right below the knee
Studded belt. You had a studded belt on.
because I was punk rock.
So
Yeah.
what were you thinking?
I was like, and he had like piercings in his face. I was like, oh, who's that guy?
What piercings in your face? That's
About
new
everything,
news.
bro.
Everything. I mean, I
Everything.
remember the first time I introduced him to my mom. He
Bro,
had
I-
like 8 piercings in his face. My mom's like, oh, fuck.
I had everything. I had my bridge. I had my nose, like the bull ring nose. I had
Labray, you had
ray
your...
and lip,
And lip.
then
I need
two
a
in my
different
tongue.
cigar.
I had everything. I had my ears, my nipples, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know,
You're like punk rock,
just a
biker.
punk rock kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was weird. Because like I always did all sports, and I was great. But then I was also like a fashion designer. I would sew all my own clothes. I would enter all the fashion shows in high school.
So you're jumping ahead. I was going to ask you, when did you start liking fashion?
I mean,
So
forever.
yeah, fashion came like. So, I grew up in the woods, right? And my mom worked night shift, so during the day I had no one to play with, so I was alone. And I used to draw all the time, draw everything. And then at one point in time, my mom taught me how to cross stitch, right? You know what cross stitching is?
No.
So you know, like when you go to your grandmother's house and she has that, it's like fabric, and then it's like says like home sweet home, and it's like.
My
it's like
grandma made like porcelain dolls. She didn't.
porcelain
Oh.
dolls.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you imagine for a second
Just like
I
a
really
knitted...
don't know. I want to learn.
Yeah.
cross stitching? So it's essentially like the fabric's a little harder, and you pull up and you can like draw with with yarn or
yarn.
thread, right? So she taught me how to do that, and I used to like cross stitch like Ninja Turtles and shit like that. sailboats and shit. And then when I got older, so when I got, let me
16,
think.
17?
Yeah, I started making like shirt sleeve hats and stuff like that, whatever. And then when I got into middle school, it was like 7th and 8th grade, and everybody had like Jinko jeans, right? Remember that shit?
They were hot.
And they were expensive.
And they were expensive. And bro, I was broke.
What were they back in the, like, what was the store in the
They were
mall
like
that sold them?
$70.
What were the store in the mall that sold them?
Hot
Topic.
Topic sold them.
Hot Topic.
There was a
Topic.
bunch of stores that
But
sold
yeah, there
them.
was,
But, like,
Jenkos were
even like the
expensive.
parachute pants, like I couldn't afford those, right? So my dad worked for Amtrak, and probably shouldn't tell that part, but my dad used to come home with military surplus, like pants, right? And I realized that, like, okay, cool. So if I took 2 pairs of pants, I cut the inseam, and I would add in, all of a sudden I'd sort of have like camo, like parachute pants. And then I realized that, like, oh, I can sort of start making my own clothes. So I started making my own clothes, making my own hoodies, making all my own shit. And then I was like, all of a sudden I was like sort of cooler because I was making my own clothes. So like 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade, just in home ec, sewing, started entering fashion shows, and then winning fashion shows, made my tux for prom. I made like a white zoot suit with flames, black flames up the sleeves.
I heard that on Chips and
Yeah, I
Caviar.
just like to be different, right? I just like to be different. So I just always loved fashion, right? And I guess like going into college.
How did the football team accept you rolling up like that?
I was good,
Yeah,
right?
so you
like if I wasn't good, it probably wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But like I was good, so like I was one of the bigger dudes. I was one of the fastest dudes. So like you can't really say shit to the, you know. If I was like a little skinny kid, they probably would have bullied me. But I was fine. I just like was able to do everything. And then when it was time to go to college, that's when I got told no. It was like, nah, man, you're gonna be like, I remember being like, you're gonna be broke and you're gonna be a homo, right? Because that's like, fashion designers are homos and artists are broke. And I was like, I don't want to be broke or a homo. Like,
Oh my
I guess I'll go to normal college.
You're a kid from the middle of the woods.
Yeah. So that wasn't an option,
How
right?
many acreage did you live on, by the way?
Not that many. It was all spaced out, but we lived on like maybe 3 acres. But like,
Still in the middle of PA. Like give people a vision.
we
that
just had
don't know.
farms. So it was farms. I just grew up building tree forts and rope swings and building dirt jumps and all that shit, right? And then like couldn't get to any of my friends because all my friends lived
So
20
far.
minutes away. Yeah, they all lived 10 miles away, 20 miles away.
It's kind of like sad a little bit, but it makes you be creative. It makes you think outside the box.
I liked it, man, because I had to spend a lot of time like by myself growing up, right? So I spent a lot of time by myself and having to figure out how to keep myself entertained, you know? And I missed out on a lot of stuff, but I also think that like, I think that being creative is like my biggest superpower, right? So even in business, it might not be creative like art creative or logo creative or photography creative, but like figuring out creative solutions, I can do a lot of the times without even having the business sense. I can just figure it out creatively. So I feel like I'm blessed with that.
Sometimes my son's sitting back here in the sand, and I feel guilty. You know, I'm back here on my phone. I'm calling you. I'm calling Keaton. I'm doing business, and it literally it hurts my feelings sometimes. I'm like, man, I wish I could just go over there and play with him because I know he wants me to play with him. But I see him making a cabin. I talk about cabins all the time to him. I'm going to build a cabin. Talk to you about at dinner with my wife. You know, he's over there in the sand building a cabin, and I'm like, that's the best thing for him.
Yeah.
Like he is literally has such a great imagination and creative, and a lot of times in this day and age, everybody's like, you need to like do this for your kids and do this for your kids. Like, look where you ended up. Look where the both of you ended up.
Yeah. I remember making cabins out of sticks, right? And I remember being so pumped that when my dad would use the chainsaw, I would get the shavings because I would like put those around the stick and I pretend like that was the yard. So like, I think how that translated to business later on is like when we started Flag, bro, nothing, like no money at all. And
We're going to get to that. Don't get too deep.
no, but everything was always like, I mean, talk about like bootstrapped or whatever we want to call it, but like just being like, cool, how do we figure this out with nothing, right? And I think that comes from being a kid and either whether it was like making my own clothes or like, you know, and part of the reason I made my own clothes is because, dude, I had fucking Spalding shoes. You know what Spalding shoes
You
are?
heard my speech, dude.
What?
You heard my speech.
I did hear you. So you know what I mean,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like Spalding were from Kmart, and then not only that, after the year of them getting dirty, because I did everything in them, my mom would paint them with white shoe polish. So it's like you have Spalding shoes that look like they have like they're spray painted white, so they look new again. Like you think other kids were cool with that? It's like I had to find a way to be cool, right? Like I had to find ways to like, well, no, but I made these pants, or like, oh, you can laugh at me, but like I'm in home ec with your girl, and she fucking asks me questions all the time. So like I had to find ways to get where I need to go. So when it came time to start the line, even when it came time to get Dana, you know, figuring out how to get her around the industry, it was like, cool, how are we as creative as possible? So I think that like the whole kid thing, like limited resources, bro. I panic for all my rich friends that like their kids have everything.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, because when shit gets hard and all of a sudden everything's not
My
there,
kid will
like,
not have everything. I don't care how much I accumulate. My kid will not have everything.
I hope, man.
I promise you that shit.
I hope, because that's the thing.
He'll
is
have
like,
it better than I did. Just having this backyard, he has it better than I did. But
it's a nice backyard.
I didn't have this.
It's a nice backyard.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So like I get it, but I'm gonna bring you back real quick. So going back to Dana's side of seeing who Rob is, like walk us through that.
Yeah, he just obviously looked different. Like, it just stood out.
And you were a PA girl.
Yeah, PA, which we didn't know at the time, but ended up and, like, obviously noticed him. And then once preseason was over, then you, like, went back. You got to, like, where you're supposed to be at in your different dorms. And he happened to be in, like, my best friend's dorm. So I would always go over there and be like, ow, see if Rob comes down. And,
so this girl's calling me all the time. I'm like, damn, this girl on the third floor really wants to like
hang out,
be with me, right? Allison.
Yeah.
I was like, she's calling me all the time, being like, come down to my room.
Come down, then hang out.
And I wasn't really interested in her, so I was like, nah, I'm busy doing
we're dumb
something.
Guys. We're thinking of like she's calling.
I'm stupid.
Me.
I didn't realize they were trying to lure me in for her.
Yeah. So
they're smarter than us.
He finally came. And because we didn't really talk, like I feel like
there was no way to talk, bro. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of that shit.
Yeah,
so like, get past the RA.
We had to run into each other.
You had to run into each other by accident.
He's strict.
So I finally got him to run into me by accident by finally coming in, and I remember exactly what he said because you completely offended every other girl in the room. Well, it was just a couple of us.
I would do the same.
He was like, he comes in and like I was sort of like behind the door and he like shut the door and I was there. I was like, haha, like I'm in his vision now. And he was
Attack.
like,
she played it cool. She was nervous.
Yeah, I just like sat there. He was like, oh, I didn't know there was actually going to be a hot girl in here. Completely
room full of
offending.
girls.
Like,
I'm like,
the
damn, I know
five
there's
other
going to be one
girls that
hot
were
girl
there.
in here. All the girls were like, wait, are you saying that we're not?
Wait, huh? And I was like, yes. In. And then we became friends. But then you had a girlfriend, I had a boyfriend, and then
it was complicated.
It was complicated for a little bit. Didn't see, like, I would occasionally run into him. And then we got nutrition class together.
Now, real quick, were you guys both just like crushing the sport you were in?
I was crushing it.
Like, tell me a little bit about
I wasn't interested in school or football.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I was only interested in soccer. School, I don't know how I got through.
And where did you guys go again?
Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Cool.
Yeah. So really, I enjoy. Like I was like the typical.
Well, you're the athlete.
Yeah, I was like the typical college student, like playing a college sport. Like we had parties all the time. I was like definitely like party animal. I feel like you didn't go to class, you just worked the whole time.
Bro, I found out like when I went to college, I got a job at a restaurant, Avalon Restaurant in Westchester, and the owner, who was like, same thing, businessman from the fucking streets trying to make it work. Like I saw him like fucking hustling, and it completely stole my attention from school. So like I was working 7 days a week. I could make $100 a day. So like, well, if I make $100 a day, I'm gonna work 7 days a week to make $700 a week. Like this is fucking dope. And then he just like brought me under his wing, and like I just handled all the shit for him, right?
So talk about that guy real quick.
Yeah, so
because I know those people in my life.
So his name's John Brantley. So he was.
He kind of changed your life a little bit.
Yeah. So John is one of the people that changed my life, right? Because I never really had older men around me. Like I had my dad, but like my dad was like so traditional that all he taught me was hard work.
Yeah.
So he was just like, hey, let's
Like
wake up at
rich
4
dad,
a.m.
poor dad.
and chop fucking firewood and like stack rocks and cut the grass and do all that shit.
Speaking of that, we need to put some firewood on
Yeah,
here.
right. We're running behind. Damn, you just throw it in there all haphazardly.
Dude, you got no time, dude. You're talking. We just keep going.
Never seen anyone put firewood in
Yeah,
like
you
that
know,
before in my life. I'm so
You're in
stressed out.
Jersey, bro.
He
Come on, man. We
puts
gotta
it up like a
poker.
teepee.
Bro, we're on camera. We gotta make this shit look sexy, right?
Listen, it always looks sexy. Don't worry.
There it is,
Yeah.
there. Ah.
So John, right? So John.
Designer, non-designer.
Listen, so John, little Italian dude, and John.
He wasn't Irish?
No,
No,
little
definitely very
dude.
Italian.
Very Italian, right?
Very Italian.
And he started out as a drug dealer, and then
I like this guy already.
Yeah. So drug dealer trying to make it work, and then he got robbed one day. They kicked in his door, ski masks on, and fucking pistols, and his kids were there. He was like, "Done.
I'm out.
Not doing that anymore. Fuck this shit." So then he went to start designing websites. He designed some porn websites. This is like way back in probably like '99. So like when web was just started, he made a little money through web, and he was like, I want to own a restaurant. He's an Italian dude. He wanted to be.
Did you know him back when that was going on?
No. So I got hired. I always worked in restaurants, so I got hired by him, and I never saw like the ins and outs of restaurants, right? I always just saw cooking. I never even knew the owners, and now like I got to show up with the owner, right? So like I got to see all the shit that he did to like keep the doors open. He used to call me up and be like, yo, they put chains on the doors to lock them because, like, he was behind on whatever. He's like, I need you to get bolt cutters and cut the fucking doors open before anyone knows that there's chains on there. Like, all that shit. And I was like, damn, like, this isn't what I thought business was. Like, I thought business was for other people. I didn't realize it was for people like me. So I watched him do, like,
What do you mean by that?
I never knew anyone in business, right? So I always thought that there was, like, different sides. And I thought that there was the people that worked, right? And then there was the people that own the businesses. And I'll never know any of those people. They're magical, right? Like they're
not
just
in
like
the
they're just like a
grind.
different
Yeah.
person that I'll never meet. I'm always going to be a worker.
That's our limiting beliefs.
100%.
That's our
And
limiting
dude, I had
beliefs.
that until I was I guess like 19, 20, right? I'd never known anyone who owned a brand, anyone who ever started a brand. Just didn't, right? I didn't know a single fucking person that owned a business. Like I didn't understand it, right? I knew like wealthy people, and it was like he owns a business, and I would just never see that guy.
Well, I mean, you would think like, I mean, at least that's what I would think is you have to have money, lots of money
wealth.
to start a business. Like
Yeah.
you can't just start one.
You can't just start.
I
Right?
think about today, I walked in the pool company. I'm like, when are you ready to sell this place?
Yeah.
I didn't think like that even 6, 7 years ago.
I
It's
just
different,
assumed
man.
you had
It's
to have
different.
money to start a business.
And that's one of the reasons that like I put so much social media out. Like half the time I'm over social. Like I don't want to be on it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But knowing that like that dude gave me a spark, right? Like if I hadn't have seen that, I never would have known it's possible.
You're both of you do a great job online of like inspiring the people who are following you. Like more specifically, your clear, calculated, vicious page.
Yeah.
Like your little like one-liner zingers. Like,
Yeah.
like it's fucking good, man. Because the guy or girl behind you, like they have nobody. They may
No.
be in the middle of a farm like you were.
They don't teach it, man.
Nope.
Like I didn't get taught anything relevant to fucking anything. You
No
know?
one does.
And until I got in that world, and I was lucky to be around some people that were doing it. So I had John Brantley, who was doing it. He's still in the shit. He's still like, I don't even know how old the dude is. Probably in his 50s, and still
Middle
just
PA?
trying to make it work up in Westchester. And so I watched him, and then I had another dude, Mike Schultz. Zero fucking clue where that dude is, right? And he was like a pretty boy, and he was like in shape, but he was like a traveling chef, which was like even weirder to me. So he would like work with us sometimes and work other places for money and do private gigs. But then he was also the head chef, or not the head chef, but he was
Private
a chef
chef.
for private chef for
M.
M.
Night
Night
Shyamalan.
way back in the day, right? So he would just cook him lunch. And like seeing him, and I was like, wait, like there's no rules to what you do.
So at this point, you're analyzing the shit out of what's going
Just
on in
what I'm
business.
seeing, just what I'm seeing.
And people, there was no focus on college.
No,
Dana's crushing
bro.
college,
I'm just
soccer.
crushing the college, doing the college
No,
thing.
so I went to college for football, and I saw Mike Schultz, and I was like, wait, so if you're a private chef for this dude that's making movies, and you've met fucking Mark Wahlberg and you cooked Mark Wahlberg like grilled cheese,
And you like me.
and like you're like me, we lift together. I was like, wait, so, and I remember putting this together. I was like, wait, so could I learn nutrition, be a personal trainer and a chef, and then control my own life? And I remember that when that clicked, and I talked to him about it, and he's like, yeah, you can do whatever. And I was like, I can do whatever?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, you can be the president of the United States without a high school degree.
Crazy, bro.
You're supposed to be a certain age.
So I remember all that shit clicked, and as soon as that clicked, I was like, I want nothing to do with school. So I dropped out, and I just focused on that.
So back to like how you guys met, the class.
I just realized what? I don't know why I didn't think of this, because we were hooking up at the beginning. What happened? Because I remember Daryl. Because
who's Daryl?
We were in the dorm room, and we were like,
Because I remember Daryl.
because you know in the
I
dorm
would
room,
come
like there's like a
over.
bed on one side and a bed on the other side. So like you're having sex and like you're looking over trying to see if your roommate's awake.
But Daryl was there?
Daryl was always awake, that little sneaky
Daryl was
motherfucker.
definitely
Weirdo.
always awake.
He's always been
Daryl.
like this.
I know you, bro.
I don't even
or-
know where that dude's at
Or
either.
Sarah. Sarah.
Oof.
I just
know.
remember.
Dana, he was checking you out
It
naked.
just like dawned on me for some reason. I thought we were just friends. I was like, oh, we were way more than
She
friends.
always says that. She's always like, whenever we do interviews, she's always like, oh, we were friends for a while. I was like, no, we were banging. And then we like stopped for a little bit.
Then I don't know. And then I didn't see you for like a year or two.
But
And then
that's
we
a
had
cool
nutrition.
If I can
And
have my
reunited.
opinion
Yeah,
on
let's hear it.
Like, that's a cool chick, in my opinion. That's like thinking like, hey, I like this person. They're cool. We're hooking up. And like, it is what it is. You weren't overly emotionally involved.
I just don't remember what happened.
But I'm saying, like, that's cool to be like, hey, we were...
It just like dawned on me. I'm like, why? What happened? I know at some point then I had a boyfriend, girlfriend, but then we had nutrition class together, and I was like, oh, reunited. He had a car. I didn't have a car.
It was meant to be.
So I was like, can
I
you?
had a car.
So,
You know,
What
no
was
big
it?
deal.
so
Honda
Accord.
Was it a
was-
womp womp on it?
Purple.
A what?
A womp womp?
What's that womp?
The muffler?
Oh yeah.
No, I'd never had a muffler.
It was. Yeah.
Wasn't
it's,
loud?
I had two 15-inch subs in the trunk.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
You know.
What were you bumping? E-Town Concrete?
Bumping E-Town Concrete, Dead
Oh, yeah.
Prez, like anything. Yeah.
How about meeting Nancy out of my event?
That was great, man. That was great. I
Are you
left.
guys going to do something?
Yeah, he was supposed to
Yes,
come
he was
out.
supposed
He was
to come
supposed to come
out.
out to be on the Land and Ammo songs this week. We're going back and forth with tracks, but I guess he's in like LA for the week, last minute trip.
He's going to come do the podcast, too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's a rad dude.
He's a cool fucking
Really,
guy.
really rad dude.
Yeah, that was a fun night, man.
I know.
It was
I
good.
left that night because like, so I told you, but everybody kept buying me drinks because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, Rob, I got you. So I'm just like hammering
Hammering
drinks
drinks.
and just ripping giant cigars.
Yeah, we were.
And I was in the cigar room for 6 hours.
Yeah, we were there a while.
And as soon as I walked out, I was like, oh, I am really like backwards right now.
You really weren't bad. We always think we're worse than we were.
Listen,
He usually
was-
thinks he's a lot better than he is.
Like Kelly was there, like literally, we were all at the same
So I was
place.
all
Yeah, no, you were definitely
good,
cool.
because when I walked outside and I tried to order an Uber, I was like, oh, I'm a mess.
That's why I sent Jim with you.
Yeah, he got me home.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness for Jim.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so I broke up with my girlfriend finally, and I remember the same day I broke up with my girlfriend, I called her, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, I'm at my parents' house, and I was like, I just broke up with my girlfriend. Want to be
No,
my?
I was like, I remember because I literally.
Wait, so you both were back home?
No,
No, we were in
still,
Westchester.
No, we were still. I was at my
It
apartment.
was spring break.
Yeah, but I was at my apartment
Yeah.
because
good cigar bill.
Because you came over.
No,
When
I called you.
Yeah, you called me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I called her
hold
and
on.
I was like, yo, I broke up with my girlfriend. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Like that. And she was like, well, I got to break up with my boyfriend.
Hold on.
I was like, all right, break up with your boyfriend. And it was
I was like, beep, boop, beep,
so she
boop,
like
beep,
hung up the phone, called up her boyfriend. I was like, hey, bro, we're done.
Because D, was it the same night that he came over and he was trying to like break in my house then?
What?
We tried to fight me.
Well, no, but
So, bro, I'm in a
when
sling.
Hold on.
Oh.
After I broke up with him, you came over. Did you or did you not? And
Yeah,
then he
he's trying
tried
to
to break
break in the
into
house.
my house.
Yeah.
And like, because he knew he was there.
So I got shoulder surgery when we were first dating. Like we just started dating. So I'm in a sling, right? So I just got my shoulder rebuilt. And he like texted me something like, I'm going to slit your fucking throat.
You're like, I'll
And
be
I was like,
over.
hey, get in my truck. We're going to go find your ex-boyfriend and I'm
now
going to show him
pissed.
what the
Now
deal
I'm gonna
is.
come find you.
So bro, we roll up, I get out of my truck. I'm in a sling. All I have is I can't swing my fucking left, bro. If I'm in a fight, I get a hold of you and I like smash
slam you
you.
down.
Like I'm like fucking
Pick things up, put them down.
yeah, like I'm not. I'll hit you with one big right. So I'm in a sling like this.
He came out with like two or three
He
friends.
came out with a brick.
And like,
He has a brick.
He
His
was
boy had a
nervous. You're
baseball
in a
bat.
sling.
His
And the
other
other one had a little
lacrosse stick, and I was like, I am fucked.
A lacrosse stick made you nervous?
No, the
I
brick
don't
made
know,
me
but the
nervous.
brick-
I don't know. I thought I was gonna hit with
No
a brick
shotgun?
and a
You're a
baseball
fucking
bat.
PA boy. No shotgun.
I didn't have
no
anything,
shot?
bro. I was in a fucking sling. I wasn't planning on it. Ugh. But I just pretended like I was hard, and they all backed down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a little muddy. But then we
Bitch.
just dated forever after.
Your
mean-
your
Well,
story
I
is
got
awesome,
married.
and I want to get into it deeper. We're going to take a quick break, grab a drink, go to the bathroom. We'll come back. We're taking a quick break in the podcast to talk about the Pit 2.0. If you don't know what that is a large network. I built a digital infrastructure, a digital network made up of all different types of industries and individuals that range from doctors down to contractors, from finance people to somebody who can help you out with your technology and building an app. If you want more information, check out the links below. So hopping back in, I grabbed the high noon, took a pee break.
Big high noon guy.
Big
High noon guy, no homo.
Oh my goodness, this is a hot fire. You stocked the logs on the break so well.
Much better.
You don't have hot fires in Montana?
Not this
Oh, no,
hot. We
this
just
is-
don't need them this
This
hot.
is nice.
You guys have like a lot of snow, it's cold in the
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah. It's just a lot.
It's a lot.
It's
I'll back it
perfect.
down for you.
I mean,
No.
I
Why don't you put some high noon
I'll be
on?
all right. Pour some high noon on it.
So we went through your love story in the beginning.
I know. Actually, we were trying to figure out our love story because I was like, what happened? Why didn't we talk to each other after freshman year? But we figured it out.
We worked through it.
Yeah.
It's all good. So I'm going to speed your life up to where you guys started to.
Yeah, so we're dating now.
You're dating now.
Everything's awesome.
Everything's awesome. When did you start to say, I want to go into the fitness world? Dana.
So, I played soccer all 4 years, so once soccer was over, I had like all this time on my hands.
Is there any old soccer pics on your Instagram or anything?
Probably not, but
We
I
need to
can
put them
send you
up.
some.
Yeah, we need to put them up.
I gotta, this was before cell phones.
I go to your Instagram page.
Or
it's just like
maybe we had cell
jack
phones.
chicked. Like,
No,
I'm
it
like,
wasn't
I
jacked yet. I didn't start lifting until soccer was over, because my whole
That's
it was
why
just
we need the soccer pics.
yeah. I was
It's
just
pre-digital.
skinny.
Yeah.
Like
Pre-digital,
we had
right?
cameras, so
That's what
I
I'm
only
saying,
have
but throw those
printout
up. I
stuff.
think
you?
that's cool.
Yeah.
37.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we only have like printout pictures, so I have to like take a picture of a picture to post it.
But you should do that.
So
I think it's
will.
cool.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
I like it.
When I get home, it'll be. So if you see a soccer pic, it'll be like, that one's for me.
I actually think of like I think about it as like, that's fucking Dana.
Yeah.
That's
I had
your
these
soccer chick.
Skinny little arms. I was pretty. I mean, same size, but skinny little arms.
Look at this. You're like water bottle arms.
Little water bottle arms. My legs were probably about the same size, but not like shaped how they are now. But yeah, so when we were dating, he was working at that restaurant. He would go in for a prep shift in the morning, get everything chopped up and like ready. And then there was like a 2-hour window from 2 to 4. You'd go to the gym and then you'd go back for night shift. And I was still like going to school because you didn't. So he'd be at work all night and I wouldn't see him till like 11:30 because like restaurants, like till service is over, you clean up everything.
It's a
like
long night.
Yeah, it's a long night. So he'd get home and pretty much I would hang out with him while he shit and showered. Like literally would sit on his
She
lap.
loved me, bro. I used to come home and take my poop because I would take my poop,
would sit
and she
on
would
his-
sit right here.
I would sit on his
As I
lap
was
and
pooping.
just.
She's like, hey, how you doing?
She's like,
How
I
was your
like being
day?
around you. I was like, obviously.
I know. It was, yeah, and
That's pure love.
so finally, then soccer was over. So he's like, well, if you want to hang out, like, I'm at the gym from 2 to 4. Just come to the gym. So I was like, okay. So went to the gym, and it was like, what do we do now? I was like, well, today's chest day. We're going to bench. I was like, all right, here we go. And, yeah, just started. I had like like back in high school, like, yeah, athletes were able to pick their gym class. So I picked strength and conditioning, but like I always had it first block and you didn't want to like sweat. So I didn't actually do anything. So pretty much learned lifting through him, and I would just follow exactly what he did. And at that time, like he was training with
Juice heads.
like big giant, like some professional bodybuilders. Yeah.
No, so I went to the gym, right? And
this was probably the coolest gym that ever to start
it was like
in.
20, I guess.
It wasn't a fusion gym?
No, it was a sick gym. It was a sick gym. Brian Chamberlain.
Brian Chamberlain. He was a pro bodybuilder. And
bro, and I went to the gym, and all these dudes are jacked, right? And they're all benching 405, like no problem. And I remember thinking, like, how is everyone so much stronger than me? And they would just like spot me and force me to do heavy weight. Then eventually I found out, like, oh, everyone's on steroids except for me. Like, that's why everyone's so fucking strong. So when I started training with her, I was like, just lift like the rest of my bros, like as heavy as possible. I'll spot you through, like forced reps on everything.
yeah, so it got me comfortable being underweight that like I couldn't actually do. So when it actually came time to actually do the weight, I wasn't scared of it because
You've been through it.
Yeah, because I felt it before. I might have not actually did the rep because he was spotting through it.
Were you loving it at the time, or were you starting to say, like, I like this?
So really small story before that, like I used to hate my body, like growing up. We didn't even really talk about so I was an athlete since I was 5 years old. I was on the swim team at 5, 6-sport athlete, playing like 2 sports at once at all times. And when you think of in high school, when you think of athletes, you think confident, cool, popular, whatever. And I was super confident on a field, but then in life, like very insecure, hated my body,
Why?
Because, middle school, and hated my legs because, like, back then, like,
You had thick legs?
big legs were not cool. It was, like, really cool to be, like, you looked on magazines and
Tiny.
everyone was very skinny and almost, like, emaciated looking.
That was the World Economic Forum.
It was just
working.
I just didn't look like what the definition of beautiful looked like.
Yeah.
Had no boobs,
That's some bullshit,
struggled
too.
with that. Like, and I feel like every female has struggled with some sort of like body image. I struggled with it really hard, and you don't think of athletes struggling with that type of confidence
you're
in
fit,
themselves.
You're in shape.
Yeah. So always dealt with that on the backside. Like there were years of my life where I didn't even wear shorts because I like would hide my legs because I didn't want them out. And I would only wear shorts if I was playing a game.
Is that why you wore jeans tonight?
No, it's cold. No, it's cold. It's cold here. So dealt with that through my younger years, even like college, but not as bad. And when I started training, and like I'm a very competitive person. I come from a very competitive family.
You're an athlete.
I'm an athlete my entire life. That's all I know is like sports. It's all I've done. And started training, and I instantly put lifting as almost like every day I was trying to like see how many reps I could do on pull-ups, see how much weight I could bench. Like it became like a personal competition with myself. Like I've done individual sports, I've done team sports. So this was almost like an individual sport that I was doing with myself every single day.
And you were now still lifting with Rob.
And I was lifting with Rob, we're hanging out. It was just like, this was like our time. And it was like, to this day, it's still like the happiest. Like if you say like, when are you happy? Oh, stop.
You're the happiest with Rob when you're working out. Like today at Fusion.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's cool. I like that.
Oh, shit. doesn't happen at this part. But anyway, so lifting to me was like, I started seeing like parts of my body like change, and I was like, whoa, like getting delts and like abs, and like I'm actually enjoying my legs now. This is like the first time in my life that I was like, wow, like this is really, really cool. Like I actually like this. So I started appreciating not just like the physical look of my body, but what it was doing to me like mentally, like actually appreciating what my body was like capable of doing, like getting strong as a female and like what that does for us as a female to like be able to do things that like you don't think girls can do, like doing pull-ups. Like it would, like I thought that was the most amazing thing, but it literally changed, like the gym literally changed my life.
What was a lot of what you were doing at the time, going back 2 minutes ago when you got a little choked up, was it about like, I'm hanging out with Rob and
Mostly.
I love this?
It was.
At the same time you were shaping a new you.
It's that, I think that's why it chokes me up, because it's like literally, that's my life.
I think it's
now.
beautiful though.
Oh,
no, I really do. Rob, what were you thinking at the time?
I was just proud. It's funny because, like, listening to her say that, right, I realized something that I've never realized, like how, because I hear her tell that story a lot, right? And, like, I get choked up when I hear you tell it. Because she, like, took control of her life, right? And I think that it was cool to watch her not realize that, like, oh, shit, like, I can take control of this machine, this body, and, like, be proud of it.
And you were fueling her.
And yeah, and dude, we were working together.
That was like the whole, it was
dynamic.
It's the whole thing.
And you know what I realized in just this moment is, like, I realized the same thing with business, right? Like, I felt like I was on this ride where I couldn't change anything, just like you felt like you were on the same ride with your body. And I think around the same time is, like, as she was taking control of her body and finally feeling, like, proud that she was, like, creating something, I did the same thing through business. So, like, creating an apparel line, creating videos for her, like, just like you were creating physically, I was creating on the business side.
But hold on,
but feeling like, oh shit, like, I am in control of this ride that I'm on, this ride of life. And that's like what the big thing clicked for her is, like, I think you just thought that, like, oh, I'm just this, right? And the big breakthrough for you was, like, no, she can take pride in her life, take pride in, like, her body and how her body responds. And you actually have control. Like, you have to realize, like, there are parts of you that, like, you can't change. And that's, like, the biggest thing that I try to, like, teach people now is, like, you have control over what you look like, what you put in your body, how you train. Like, there are some, like, things that you don't have control over, and those are the things that you have to, like, learn to appreciate. Like, I have no control over what my chest is going to look like. Mm-hmm. No matter you
just stroke a check.
I mean, yeah, if it,
yes, $4,500.
Yeah, unless you want to go like a certain, like, you can literally look however you want. Mm-hmm. If you want to go that route, the surgical route, and if you want your nose changed, you this, that. Like, you have the ability to change whatever you want, but if you don't want to go that route, you have to realize, like, okay, these are the parts of me that I can't change, and I need to learn to accept them. And through the years, it was very hard, especially, like, because once I started lifting with him and I started actually loving my body, that's also where I found competing. So then I started competing.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to get to.
Yeah, so I think my first show was probably about a year into lifting, and it was more so like there were two girls that were going to the same gym, and I honestly didn't even go to a show before. Like, my first show I ever went to, I was in it. I had no idea what I was doing, but these two girls were competing, like, complaining, and they're like, I look better than them, I'll do it too, why not? I signed up, never went to a show, didn't know anything. He ended up and did design work for the gym owner in return of him helping me just, like, figure out a diet, because I was, like, eating SpaghettiOs and ramen. I didn't know what I was doing. So he wrote me, like, a diet. I did a show, but it's amazing to have someone that was so insecure about their body get on stage and literally be judged on their body.
How scary was that?
Oh, very scary. Very, very, very scary. I was crying. But it wasn't the fact, like I knew I was being judged. I knew everything I was doing. But at that point in time, I was still in that mindset, like, I look good, this is awesome, I'm like in
Confident, you're competitive now.
I was
I'm back
in
on
it.
the soccer field, I want to win.
Yeah, and I did the show, got off stage, got like 6th place, whatever. And I got into that circuit mostly because it gave me a reason to compete. So my whole life was, I'm a competitor, I'm doing this, like practice. Like, I go to the gym to get ready for a show. Like, it gave me something to get ready for. So
structure.
Yeah. And I love that point, and I love competition. The only thing I didn't like was, one, I didn't really fit in. 2, this was...
Why didn't you fit in?
I didn't really fit into my category for some reason, because what people don't realize, I mean, bodybuilding it has everything to do with how you look. It's why can't I think of words right now? Like a glamour,
Vanity,
beauty pageant. Why couldn't I think of that? It's a beauty pageant basically with muscles. So they're looking at your hair, your makeup, your skin, your boobs, everything. It all has to do with it. This is also back when, like, muscles on girls was not really in right now. Like, girls didn't lift weights, so even the gym we went to, I was generally the only girl back there. But I also come from, like, a lot of my guys, I was more of a jock anyway, hung out with a lot of dudes. So that didn't bother me. But once we started Flag and started the YouTube channel and getting into social media, like, I already was getting weird looks when I would, like, go out in public. Like, I would literally see people, like, turn their heads and have, like, the most disgusted look on their face when I would walk in.
So I have to stop you for a second and bring it back to Rob. So being the creative head that you are, and I've learned a little bit about you now, hanging out a few times, and watching what you guys have built, you were looking at this through a different lens, probably.
Yeah, so my lens was essentially at that point in time, through the restaurants, through everything, I realized, like, oh shit, you can do anything, right? Because I had seen my boys in the restaurant industry doing anything. I had a friend named Rasta Steve who was like, oh, I own a skate company. I was like, why are you working the fryer at a restaurant if you own a skate company? And I realized that, like, he just printed skate decks and had them in the trunk of his car. And I was like, wait, so you can just, like, print 100 skate decks
and you're a business owner?
And you're a business owner?
Yeah,
like,
business.
My fucking head exploded. I thought there was a gatekeeper that was stopping me from doing shit. So when she started doing that, I was like, damn. So what she missed was, when she started lifting, I was like, what are your goals? Like, let's figure out what you want to do. She was like, I want to own a gym. I want to be on magazine covers. I want to be like a professional athlete that makes it to Olympia. Like, I want to have supplement sponsorships. And I was like, I got you. I was like, I'll get you all those fucking things. So I'm there taking photos of her, filming YouTube videos, and then emailing supplement companies being like, yo, Gaspari, like,
Gaspari.
Gaspari. They were the bit. They were
the
oh my
shit.
God.
Yeah, they were
that
bad.
was the company I wanted to be
But
with.
I was like, Dana, this is Dana.
This
She's
is
amazing.
Dana. Here she is.
And everybody's like, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. I remember being like, why the fuck is no one interested? And the YouTube videos are getting views, right? And I'm filming them completely different. I'm shooting like music videos, and she's dancing around.
So at this time, you're going back to the creative Rob. Like,
I'm just creating, dude.
Yeah.
I just knew that she had something special, and if I was before influencers, right? If I could capture it, if I could make it entertaining and get it out there, like, I knew people had to see this. So getting people out, getting that however I could. My man.
Okay.
Relax.
My man. Here we go.
relax.
Look, that's... all right. But it was like, all right, so I need to
Better than
make...
Keaton's fireplace.
I need to make like a branding package for her and get it out there to get her sponsored. And dude, just no one was interested. But the thing was, our YouTube videos were performing. And then my other thing was like, I think she's more beautiful in real life, right? And like, I think that when people
describe that a little bit.
So when people think of girls with muscles, they're like gross, right? Generally, or that's what you used to be.
Well, and also like if you look at pictures I post, I look way
She
bigger
looks fucking jacked.
than I am actually in person.
That's my analysis. Like,
Yeah.
when I met you at Keaton's house.
You're like, oh.
No, actually,
You're tiny.
it was Wes Watson. But we were all down by the fire pit.
Yeah.
He was like, "You definitely do juice," and like, you're
I laid into
You
him.
did. You fought back.
I fought back.
And I was like, not that you didn't look fit, but like you didn't look like some of your photos online.
Because unless I'm like standing next to someone, yeah, I look a lot bigger than I actually am in person.
Yes.
But yeah, and so I realized that her in person was a completely different package, right? I was like, yo, she translates so well in real life and she's so rad.
That's dynamic.
So I was like, I need to get her to places. So my job was to film, to portray her as well as I can online, to pitch her to supplement companies, to be like her media machine, and then also on the weekends drive to every show that I can.
But at the same time, you were doing something that you like to do too while you
I love creating.
Yeah.
And you love this girl.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this girl.
If I can support her, if I can create and build companies, bro, that's my perfect life.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my job, was to get her out there as much as possible. So what I noticed was the industry was not accepting her, but she would go to shows and lines would form. And the girl that was on magazine covers didn't have a line.
The industry was bullshit.
Well, the industry, like,
we
were ahead of the shit,
We were
right?
ahead of them.
So I was like, all right, let me just keep doing this. So that turned into my job, was like,
How did you have the confidence to say, and again, I understand the whole, like, there was a line for Dana and the other girl that was on the magazine had no line, but like, what gave you the confidence? Because a lot of people don't have the confidence to keep moving forward when the industry's tamping you down.
I mean, that was like a really weird point. I mean,
There's
for
no other
me,
choice.
yeah.
That's what I would say.
And that's what it was. It was like, well, then what do we do?
Yeah.
Because like I knew
People were lining up for it. Why not?
I knew
show
it could
the
be
fuck up?
done, right? And I knew that, like, and even looking back now, like, people look at views, and like, bro, I was just hyped that YouTube videos were getting 1,000 views, and then we'd go to a show and someone would know her name. That's all I needed. Like, it wasn't about like 10,000 likes or whatever.
Someone
like,
saw this.
Who fucking cared, dude? 1,000 people watched this. Like, I'm gonna keep making these. 1,000 people is a lot of fucking people.
It is.
And it's like, I think that's one of the things in social right now is people are warped, because when you start out, you're like, oh, well, this video only got 1,000 views. It's like, bro, we made 1,000-view videos forever, right? They might have more now, but like, bro, 1,000.
Yeah, at the beginning, we
Think
started
about that.
YouTube.
That's what people forget,
Dude, the
man.
first couple podcasts we did, 200 views,
So
400
it
views.
catches steam.
Yeah,
you
and then
know?
we had like, me and Keaton did like 1,800,000, 600, and like we were literally at 200 forever. With like,
Takes a little while.
yeah, it's just,
Takes a
it
little
is what
while.
it is.
But-
I mean, the cool thing for us is like we kind of both started our journey. Like FlagNorFail kind of started the same time. Like
Did that start at this time when you guys?
generally about like
2009.
I had started competing.
Did you create an actual LLC at that time?
We had a clothing line beforehand that we just did for fun. We would do like at car shows and whatnot. Like we always sort of. He
I think
was
the
always
LLC started 2009.
starting printing.
Yeah. I had other
Right
little
after
brands
Obama?
going. What?
Right after Obama?
Yeah, right
Yeah,
around the same
fuel
time.
I don't
Yeah, because I remember
dates.
when he said, you didn't build that. That struck me hard. I was a young kid. I was like, I did build this shit, motherfucker.
Yeah. We know what he built.
Yeah. But that was, we like worked side by side, right?
So it was like he knew, okay, like the thing is he was like so ahead of everything. He's like, there's this like you
Were
have
you
to
thinking
start
this way at all, Dana, or you were just like, I'm gonna fucking crush weights and look sexy?
So that would, for me, it was, my job was to do all of the work and protect her, right? Because what I didn't want her to do was get sucked into an industry where she had to do things that it wasn't her. Like be sexy
Be
in photo
fake.
shoots. She didn't want to be sexy, right? She wanted to fucking lift heavy weight and dance and
I
like
was
fucking
also
crunk.
a teacher at that point in time. So that was like part of my decision, like, because fitness back then, it was like girls deadlifting in thongs because that was the only thing that was like attractive, I guess, for fitness. Was like girls like had to wear really
Naked.
little clothing. It was just about being sexy and like looking in shape. And that wasn't really me because at the core of me is like, I'm an athlete through and through. Like,
I want to
you
fight.
can put me in lingerie, I'm just going to be like awkward and weird. Like, no, I'm more comfortable in sweatpants and a sports bra. Plus, I was also teaching at that time. I taught for like 5.5 years. So as like
Gym teacher,
I'm putting like content out on the internet, my kids could see that. Like, so I'm obviously not going to do anything weird. Like, I was already being talked about like in school board meetings and stuff. Like, it was already like this weird thing that the gym teacher has a YouTube channel. God forbid the gym teacher actually lifts weights and like
the
works
system
out.
wasn't caught up.
You know? So then we started FlagNorFail, finally got out of that, and like that's when it finally like took off because we were able to travel. We were going to shows and expos. Like, we were trying to really build. He knew like, okay, we need to build you up because like if we can get eyes on you, that just gets eyes on FlagNorFail.
You moved eyeballs.
So both of our little journeys we were on worked together for the same goal.
So I want to jump ahead now and get a little bit off the fitness. So FlagNorFail, right? What was the vision of that? Obviously, Dana was crushing it. She's a competitive beast.
I wasn't actually crushing it. I was actually dead last.
But you were dead last. But he said something. I don't know where I heard it.
Yeah. It was,
but you said something that I realized Dana had a unique physique.
Yeah. So I saw it as my job, right? Like, I realized that I can take a lot on my plate. So I saw it as my opportunity. I was just like, I'll just do whatever. Allow her to focus on being her, right? Because that's the magic. Like, she's the magic. So if I can focus on her being her, and I just take care of everything else. So if that's driving, if that's like, she doesn't need to worry about business. Like, she just sort of stepped into business the last 2 years.
5.
Last 5 years with the LB Daily. Time is flying.
Yeah.
So, but it was like whatever I can take care of, so she can just focus on like being her, like a pro athlete. And then the thing with Flag was, I was like, if we can just make a couple $1,000s a month.
You're looking to supplement your travel and shit.
We could do what we wanted, which what we wanted cost $4,000, right? I wanted to pay bills and have an extra $2,000. That's
Were you guys living together at the time?
Yeah.
Where at NPA?
Yeah, in Mount Penn, Pennsylvania. So that was the plan. And then we hit $4,000 a month. Quickly, right? I think like month 2 or 3. And I was like, wait a second. Could we get Dana not to have to work? Like, if I get this business to make $3,000 more, Dana doesn't have to work. She can just do fitness full time.
Yeah, no more teaching.
So then we like started working towards that. And then I was like, wait a second. Like, my brother had moved to Maryland. And like that, and that's what it was. It was like unlocking these fucking levels, right? So then all of a sudden
it was
like,
unlocking time.
If I just make a little bit more money, my brother can like work with me. Like, my brother doesn't have to live in fucking Maryland. He can come back here. We can train together. We can like fucking hang out. And I was like, holy shit. If I make $14,000 a month, like, she can be free from the system. My brother can be free from the system. So like, boom, to get to 14, it's like, Drew, come work for me. Her, come work for me. And then
so
it was
means
like,
you can get to financial freedom.
Exactly.
So I want to stop you real quick.
Okay.
Nugget for people. Financial freedom doesn't mean that you make $10 million a year, $1 million a year. Financial freedom means that you got to that point you're talking about.
That's exactly what it was. So I hit 14 grand, right? All of a sudden, my brother took a massive pay cut to come work for me, but he believed in the shit, right? He's like, wait, we can hang out and like print t-shirts. And
that
all
was
of a sudden,
the best.
she's
man.
free, so it's just like, it's my customer service rep, it's her, and it's my brother. And I'm like, yo, if we hit 20 grand, 20 grand a month, I can retire my mom. So we hit 20 grand. I called my mom and I was like, how much do you need to retire? Like, how much do you need not to work anymore? And she's like, I need an extra $1,800 a month. I was like, you're on my payroll. So like, my mom's retired. And it felt like every pay like step we had, every income step we had going up, like unlocked another level, right? And then it was like, okay, we're doing $100,000 a month. We're doing $200,000 a month.
What year was this?
I'd say we got up to, in the first 12 months, we probably had our first $100,000 a month, right? So I was stuck at.
We were
That's fucking
we
huge.
started
It was
and
huge.
every
How old were you
month
guys?
it doubled, and then when Drew came on, it like tripled. Yeah.
What age were you?
20. I think we started at 26, and I remember like I always wanted to have $1 million in the bank by the time I was 30, and I think like when I was 28, I had $1 million in the bank, and I was like, oh, I did my goal. But by that point in time, it wasn't even about the goal. It was about like
Where you were going?
I wanted to buy my parents a house, like, and I think that's something. Because fashion, right? Fashion's this, brands blow up and then they go away, right? And as we were blowing up, that's the one thing is I didn't have the dream to be a giant brand. I was just like unlocking shit for my friends. So like when we hit $300,000 a month, I hit up my boy and I was like, bro, want to start a car shop and build race cars? Like there was just this always like,
You're a car guy.
how do I bring my friends in and make my friends' dreams come true? So like we didn't scale properly, I think. So at our height of like, I mean, yeah, exactly. I think if we wanted to be like a Gymshark or something like that, there was a different path. But we just every single time we hit a new financial goal, instead of like us taking more money, we would just like unlock like a dream for another friend and pull them in or start making music. Or,
But that's the dream, dude.
yeah, and
That's
it's
the real
great,
fucking
dude.
dream. I want to get into it more. We have to take another quick break just to let the cameras cool.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll hop right back in. Like, that's the dream. Helping your
Yeah.
friends and your family around
Still
you.
living
like,
it.
Yeah, and you're still doing it. You're helping us. Quick break. We're taking a quick break in the podcast to talk about the Pit 2.0. If you don't know what that is a large network. I built a digital infrastructure, a digital network made up of all different types of industries and individuals that range from doctors down to contractors, from finance people to somebody who can help you out with your technology and building an app. If you want more information, check out the links below. All right, so jumping back in again, that journey was awesome. So Dana's killing it, looking great, super competitive, flag starts. You guys now say like, hey, let's like open a place where we can shoot some more content. Maybe some others can join. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of our other dreams was owning your own gym, right? So I started like buying equipment on Craigslist, and we wanted to buy more equipment, but we didn't really have money. So we started throwing camps, which is we would just sell 100 tickets for I think $100.
I think it was $100.
So we'd
So
like
cheap.
Where were you
Back now
marketing
that I
that?
think
On
it-
YouTube?
just on
Just on
Facebook.
social. Like
We'd be
in-
like, hey, we have
Before
100.
Instagram even.
Instagram, I think, had started.
Yeah, around the same
Yeah.
time. So we'd put up 100 tickets, and we'd sell 100 tickets in 2 minutes, make 10 grand. I would take that money and go buy gym equipment or matting or weights.
Yeah, whatever we needed.
We started running that so much that the Warhouse Gym, plus where we filmed content, like all of our Olympia prep and everything, that we got to a point in time where we could buy a public gym. So it's funny, when we were like real broke trying to make it, our hot water heater broke, right? And I never really had friends, so I didn't have any like plumber friends. So we didn't have hot water in the house. So every single morning, her and I would have to, before work, go to the gym, shower at the gym to get a hot shower, then go to the office. She'd go teach and everything, and we'd come back and we'd shower at the gym again because that was the only way to get hot water. And like $700 to fix a hot water heater, right? $700 was so far from anything. So we were just showering at the World Gym. And it's so crazy that like 4 years later, we came back and we were like, how much to purchase your gym? Going from not being able to put a $700 fucking water heater in to coming
Yeah.
back and be like, oh, you want $300,000?
You guys through this camp, things are going well. I'm going to buy this public gym.
Yeah, so we reached out to the dude and he was like, I want whatever it was, 300 grand or something. So we were like, all right, cool. Here's 300 grand. We have your gym now.
And what'd you call it?
Warhouse
Warhouse.
Gym. We put
In
another
Reading.
200 into it. In
Yep.
Reading, yeah. Put another 200 grand into it. So we're like $500,000 in. I think we owned it for 5 years. It ripped while we were there. But the same thing, man. We're not good at managing. We're not good at like all that stuff. I still feel like we're two kids, right?
Yeah, I can't believe people let us still like buy shit.
do anything. Yeah.
Like, why?
We're just
Shouldn't I
too-
get like a parent note saying like, yes, you may buy this house?
We're just like two kids. Like even when we go buy real estate, I'm like, I feel like someone should stop
I feel
us.
like I need like my mom to come and
Yeah,
be
we're
like,
like
yes,
buying
you may.
cars and shit. I'm like, isn't anyone gonna yell at us for buying these?
We're buying irrational stuff right now.
It's
Like heavy equipment?
You know,
like
I love
everything,
heavy
yeah.
equipment. You know,
Yeah, like even
Taxes.
like we bought the horses, and she was like, I can just buy these horses, and I was like, I think so. I don't.
We have money.
That's
know?
we're still like that. We're 40 years old. We're
I
just complete.
still feel like I need like an okay.
Like
from
we're gonna get yelled at by somebody.
Yeah.
So we bought the gym, and the gym ripped for I guess 3 years.
Yeah, every
then we
month we
left.
would. No,
You say I'm done?
No, when we went to Montana.
yeah. Once we moved
What
out.
year was that?
Oof, I don't even know.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Whatever that was.
So I had one of the remember we talked creative solutions?
Yeah.
So her YouTube was making like $5,000 a month back in 2009, 2010. And then in 2011, bro, I was using like Under Oath and Hatebreed and all these bands. And then as YouTube caught up, they started saying like, you can't monetize other people's music.
Other bands.
So I was like, I'll just make my own music. I can make music. So I started making beats and screaming and doing the shit that I love to do, create. And then that started to work. And the other half of my band, Charlie Hustle, got married, and his wife just randomly got cancer. Like, didn't smoke, didn't anything. And it came on really, really fast, and she passed away. And I remember that was like a really big wake-up call. And I was like, wait, you can just die? Right? Like, fuck.
yeah, like she was in her 30s.
At a young age, you don't
Yeah.
realize until it hits you close.
No, and it hit me really, really close. Like, being in the studio with her, and then all of a sudden just, like, gone. And I remember, like, looking at her and be like, man, like, if we're just gonna, like, if that's possible, we need to look at things a little bit different. So we decided we wanted to move to Montana. We always planned on retiring to Montana, but that sort of, like, was
The
one.
urgency filled in quickly.
Huh?
The urgency of
Oh, yeah,
moving.
100%. I was like, let's just fucking go. So I talked to my brother.
I don't mean to be funny. Was that when you bought your life insurance policy?
No, that was, I'd done life insurance prior to that, yeah. That was because I was making money. I just wanted to get rid of it. So
Good place to get rid of it.
I know, right? So we bought a house there, and we were like always thinking about retiring. And it's really cool. Like I came back, and my brother just had a kid. And I was like, hey man, we should move to Montana. And he was like, yeah, I know. And he's like, no. I was like, no, we should like actually move like right now. One day we're gonna die. And he was like, all right. And I was like, I'm leaving Friday to buy a warehouse.
Did you know Matt Vincent yet?
No. No, so I left. Or no, we did.
Yeah.
But we didn't really know Matt.
But not
Yeah.
like we know him now.
And
Like
I don't
He
think
makes me think that he's like, we're gonna die in 60.
Matt wasn't quite
Yeah.
Matt yet.
Yeah.
Matt was still trying to figure out Matt's journey.
Yeah.
that was like prior to his like knee surgeries, and I think
Yeah.
his last one.
I watch his shit. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
I know.
Fuck.
He stresses you out. He stresses me out.
Yeah, those damn marbles.
How
Yeah.
does he live that way every day?
I don't
He's
know.
like, I came back with this marble, and life
It's
is
like
over.
one
one
less
week.
week of my life. And it's like, Jesus, bro. But it's a great reminder, man.
It is
makes
a
you
good
realize like, how
reminder.
important,
It
dude,
really
like how
is.
important tonight is, right?
Yeah.
And dude, within 30 days, we fucking moved. 15 tractor trailers. We just loaded up. I bought my parents a house. I bought my brother a house, like on the fucking internet.
So wait, your parents are out there too now, full time?
So I bought my parents a house out there because I wanted them close
And
to
your
us.
parents stayed in PA, Dana?
Oh yeah, they'll be here forever.
Yeah, so my deal was moving to Montana. I was like, I'll buy everyone houses. Like I offered to buy your
Can I
parents a
ask
house.
you what was your rough estimate of like net worth at that time to say like I'm gonna buy everybody houses?
That's the thing is, I don't even fucking know. Like I just know that like
You had cash
I
flow.
could buy $500,000 houses, no problem.
You had cash flow.
Yeah, I had cash flow. So I had, because dude, I didn't want anything, right? Like, that's the thing about like, even we talked about the $1 million in the bank, like that didn't even mean anything. Like I didn't care. Like it was the fact that like I'm able to work with my brother, I'm able to work with my wife. I got Bill, he started a car shop.
Yeah,
he
my
always dreamed about
friends.
building race cars. Like, bro, we got fucking everything we need. And like, I liked Toyota Supras. I liked $30,000 cars. Like I wasn't even into supercars yet. So like, life wasn't that expensive.
When did you get into all the Porsches?
After Supras kept exploding, I was like, wait, what if I start just buying 911s? They're fast, they can
How many
drive.
do you have?
I don't know. How many do I have?
4,
991,
997,
997 Turbo, 997 Turbo, 997 GT3,
GT2 RS.
Safari, GT2 RS.
Oh, well, I'm way
6.
off. Way off.
Look how fucking awesome that your wife knows your cars. I think
No,
that's cool.
she's dope, dude. She's dope.
Seriously, I love that. Like, I love that about you, Dana.
Thanks. Oh, I like cars. Yeah. My
Heavy
cars are
equipment
not
or
very
supercars?
expensive. All my cars.
You got the Raptor. They're expensive.
Well, besides the Raptor and the
You got a Raptor? She gonna forget what she has. You got a
Raptor, I have the H1.
H1 Hummer. Who
I
the
got
fuck has an
a
H1?
All I saw was the H1 and then, like, him running in this video. And I'm like, what is going on right now? This big guy's running in the H1
No, that was the
video.
Unimog.
That was the Unimog.
Oh, a different one?
Unimog's mine.
Yeah.
All right.
I have all like the old cars. He has all the like the fast. So I have the Raptor is my daily, and then I have a Hummer H1, but older, and then a '63 Jeep Willie,
Oh, I forgot about that one. That's a good
and
one.
then I have a Nissan Z, 350Z. That's my drift car.
Do you drift it around the farm?
Well, it's going to be just in the parking lot for now. We just got it rebuilt, got a body kit on it, wrapped.
Looking hot?
Yeah, it's pink, hot pink.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, hot pink. Yeah, back in
Can I come out and
Pennsylvania.
play with some of these toys?
Yeah,
Come on out,
man.
man. Whenever
We
you
got
want.
all the toys, and there's only two
I know
of
you're
us.
like no guest at your personal residence. I'll stay at the
You can't stay at my
bunkhouse.
house.
No, I'll stay with Jake.
You stay.
Yeah, you can stay
Jake,
at
what's up,
Jake's,
bro?
Jake's
You can stay at the
house.
farm. Yeah.
Stay at the farm.
Bro, I'm weird. Like, I can't.
I'm not
Like,
offended.
I see people have, like, parties at their house and shit. Like, I don't want anyone
not
in my house.
happening.
Like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, not I
Wait,
like.
we- scumbag.
We've had a couple parties at our house, and after everyone leaves, I'm like, why did we do that?
Yeah, never again. Never again.
You're from PA, bro. You live in the middle of
I like peace and quiet, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's been a really, really
It's
fun
been like
journey.
a crazy journey.
Everything that you guys have done has led you to the next thing, and it's been both of you together.
Yeah.
And what I want to kind of move into, in the conversation, so we don't go 4 hours like Rogan. You've also branched off separately a little bit, right? Your coaching group is killing it. It's like, I don't want to say anything bad about Rob, but it's like way bigger than Rob's.
Way bigger.
It's a lot cheaper than Rob's as
I
well.
don't
It's a lot cheaper.
Bro, she got 15,000 people in her group.
Cheaper, like, bothers me. It's way bigger.
It's bigger,
By a lot.
but it's cheaper for a reason. It's like I could actually make it a lot more expensive for the amount of effort that I put into it.
I don't want you to. It's not arrogance, and I hope
Oh,
this
no.
I hope this doesn't put you in a bad
I
place.
want more people to be on it, so that's why I made it so cheap. It's like there's like literally no excuse
But
for
can we
you
talk
then.
about how much your coaching group makes? Because I want people to really
Yeah,
realize what you have, the
it's
impact.
$7 a month, so then it really kind of
What
makes
does that
it
equate to a month to you?
for me 100,000 at least. Yeah.
Heard you saying numbers.
It
It does feel weird.
feels weird.
$7 a month created $100,000 a
Yeah.
month. I have a coaching group called The Pit. It's my little thing that I did. It's $127 a month, right? And I'm super proud of it. I add value there. Hopefully you guys both come on and train for me once in a while and give me some love. But at $7 a month, because you're so valuable, you're making $100,000 a month. At $7 a month. Think about that.
I think that's again, like I said, it's like I could charge more. It's like, but the $7, it's like, that's a fancy cup of coffee. So it's like, literally, what's your excuse? Like, if you actually want to like change, and I have the story behind it. Like, I can relate to you. I do live calls. We do challenges. Like, I do
No, you're
all
so
the
fucking
things.
normal, Dana. It's scary. Like, you're
I know.
so fucking cool. Rob's, he's
You know, he's a little different.
red bottoms.
You know, you got those red
I like these
bottoms
boots,
on.
man.
He's a designer.
You know?
I was like, actually, I was asking my wife, I'm like, we're going to dinner at Charlie's Bayhead. Usually, I wear the same getup. I'm like, but Rob's a designer. He might check out what I'm wearing. What should I wear tonight?
Bro, you look great tonight.
I never thought about that.
You
Like,
look great.
Rob's coming, he's a designer,
Oh, he
he's
does not
special. But Rob, you also have created so many other opportunities for the both of you and what you guys are doing. You're doing chips and caviar right now. You're top fucking 25 in the world.
Trying.
No, you are. Like, it's like
Are we?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I seen it. Like, you're top 25, dude. You just had David Goggins on, and you created this whole whirlwind between all these fucking SEAL fucks. Like, you're top 25, and I love the SEALs and I love the U.S. military all day long. I back them any way I can. Like, you're
They're a little
doing,
sensitive sometimes.
They are definitely sensitive. The whole gun community is. It's wild. But, like, you're doing your own thing, but you guys are still together. And that's hard to do.
Yeah, I think that, like, people always want to throw out relationship advice and everything like that.
Yeah, I have none.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
But it's like, I hear it from a lot of people, and it's like, we don't really give much. Like, people ask us relationship advice, but we don't really put it out there. But, like, bro, we've been together 20 fucking years.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard.
I mean, it's half our life.
It's half our life. We're 40.
Half our life.
And, like, we've been married 16 next Friday. So, like, we've been married 16 years. And we've been married 16 years from eating fucking Eggos because...
Actually, we've known each other for 22 years.
Yeah. But, like, on furniture being rims off my car was our furniture in our first house, right?
The Honda Civic?
Like, yeah.
Broke.
Just super fucking broke. So we've been, like, broke. Like, not able to fix our hot water
I
heater.
love broke people. Broke makes you powerful.
Broke, fucking right. But we've been from broke to, like, her height of fame to where she's had 5-hour lines to making tons of money to moving across the country. So, like...
And we didn't finish your whole career, not to cut you off, Rob, like, you made Miss Olympia.
I was
crushed it.
Yeah. So I think the
That's
crazy
the pinnacle of your world, right?
pinnacle is the Olympia, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you
It's the
won it.
Super Bowl.
And you won it.
The first one too.
Like, that's fucking badass.
You can't. So there will be people that always come along the way, but I was the first. I was also the first pro ever in the history for women's physique. So the division I was in, there was only figure and bodybuilding and fitness when I started. And then they slowly add groups because, like, you know, there's so many body types. And then bikini came on.
And they want to make money. It's all
Yeah,
business.
it's fine. But they were, like, definitely missing, like, I was in figure. I was too big and too shredded for figure. But then women's bodybuilding was, like, too extreme.
But
So there was, like, a big gap.
can I ask you another tough question?
Yeah.
Only because I was right there in Keaton's backyard when someone was harassing you.
No, I love this question.
Have you ever done steroids?
Never in my life.
Like that?
It makes people so angry.
No, it definitely doesn't make me angry. But, like, to think that you haven't is fucking insane.
It used to really make me angry when people would be
Because you're
like,
so competitive.
Well, it's discrediting the 17 years
Of
that
work.
I've been training 7 days a week. Like, I'm the type of
I won't
person.
ask Rob this question.
I've done tons of steroids.
Yeah.
Bro, I still don't look like that. Like, what the fuck?
No, it used to really make me angry, but then I finally realized it's like you just have to switch the way you think about things. Like when people used to tell me how gross and you look like a man, and until you finally like switch your mindset and like, oh, okay, the whole steroid thing used to infuriate me. It would make me so angry because it's
You're
like
insulted.
discrediting all the work that I've done for the 17 years. Plus, I've also been an athlete my entire life. So you're coming from an athletic background, like maybe I am genetic, like I don't think body type, I'm genetically gifted for bodybuilding. I don't have like the structure, honestly, for bodybuilding.
Well, that's what he says. You were unique in the physique
Just
that you
different.
had.
And I might be able to put on muscle a little bit easier than other people. But like I also train like an absolute maniac.
I saw your fucking drop
I
set today,
did.
and I was like,
Like, I
they're
train-
coming here tonight to have dinner and a couple drinks. What's going
And
on?
I'm 40 years old. I'm going to be 40
You look
in
great.
2 weeks. I haven't competed in 9 years, and I'm still training exactly the same. Probably maybe even harder because I train even better than I did back
I actually
then.
didn't realize that you don't train anymore. So going out to Keaton's event, knowing that you guys were all going to be at VIP, I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Like, what's the deal?
Who the fuck is this?
I told Rob
That's
earlier
fine.
at my
I
bar,
love
I'm like,
that.
I don't know fucking fitness people. Obviously, I'm not a fitness guy. Like, I was like, who the fuck are these people? and I realized you were Miss Olympia. I looked at your Instagram, like, this girl's shredded. Like, what's going down? Like, I thought that you were still actively competing.
My last show was 2015.
She just looks like this for no reason.
That's what, like, that discipline, Dana, is so fucking
and I think
incredible.
That's what used to make me mad, because it's like, you don't see, like, the hours that I'm in the gym. You don't, like...
The diet.
And I've been training for 17 years, 6 to 7 days a week, for the last 17 years. So it used to make me angry, but now you flip the switch. It's like, I would get mad if people didn't think I was on steroids. Be like, of course, because it means I know what I'm doing. Like, because I know I'm not. So it means I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, who gives a fuck what they think?
So it doesn't really matter. So I'd probably get a little bummed out if you didn't think I was on steroids. So keep thinking I am. It's fine.
I'm getting on steroids next week.
Fucking right you are.
Let's go.
I'm going TRT.
Hell yeah. I like when people try to pretend TRT isn't steroids.
Well, the thing
I
is,
just
it's
full
like,
steroids,
the
and I'm
only
cool with
reason
it.
I'm so vocal about it is because, like, it doesn't work for a female body. It really doesn't. Like,
It's different.
it's so different. If you're putting testosterone in a testosterone body, yeah, it works. So unless the girl wants to be more manly and start shaving and have male pattern baldness and, like, bad skin, like, yeah, then do all the
even
drugs.
girls that just fuck with, like, Anavar.
Just, it
like, it's
messes
great.
with your hormones.
You do great
Yeah.
on it, and then when they come off, it's like, you're fucked.
It
Like, you never
fucks
right.
Yeah.
Like,
up
that's
a
why those
girl's
girls blow
hormones.
up
Dana,
after.
you're Rob's here, your husband. Like, you're very pretty. Like, you're
Thanks.
like, no, like, I mean it. Like, I saw you at Keaton's house. You know, I think you might have had like a tan type of coat on, I think.
Oh yeah.
And you, like, I'm like, this girl doesn't look like a fitness
No.
chick. Like,
Beautiful.
Like, yeah. And, like, that's something to be said about you and your competitiveness and the work that you put in.
And that's why I'm very, very vocal about it, because even if I can change, like, one girl's, because fitness, that's what it is. It's like girls,
They get sucked into the industry.
well, it's coaches. The coaches are the problem.
Yeah,
the
bad
coaches.
coaches.
So girls, and it's generally a lot of times it's mostly guy coaches. Girl wants to compete. They go get a coach. The first thing they say is like, "Oh, you want to look like Dana Linn Bailey? Well, you got to take this, 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 and this." So as long as they can at least hear it from me, it's like, I am not taking that.
do
if
you
I,
do one-on-one coaching?
No, a long time ago, back when I was teaching. Yeah.
Would you still do
No.
any? Too much work, right? for
Yeah,
everything
I
you got going on.
can't. I'd rather help more people, so that's why I do my training app. Like that way, like
Talk a
'cause
little bit about your training app and what you offer and what they get from it.
so I give my exact training. Plus, I have like because mine is obviously in a gym, so it's like just a basic gym. And then I'll have like the home edition of that, so it's basically the same workout but
So for
dumbbell.
like a mom.
Yeah, so if you have some dumbbells at home or maybe even a squat rack, it will be like a limited equipment based on
Can I
this
get on
workout.
this?
Oh yeah. There's the body weight edition. Like I have a body weight
Can he lift
workout.
firewood?
What's that?
He can lift firewood.
Yeah.
I'll put Bailey down in a fucking circuit, no problem.
Do what?
I'll put you down in the circuit, dude.
Put me down
Yeah,
in a
dude,
circuit?
we'll go circuit real quick. It's not heavyweight, but we'll go like cardio. See what we
What
do.
does put me down mean?
I'll win.
Oh, I think I win hands down.
We're not talking
Bro, you
about
had too many fucking high
We're
noons.
talking about Rob.
You've had too many high noons.
You were nervous over the inhaler when you came here. You were getting nervous.
I needed an inhaler. Bro, I got asthma.
Well, let's just say I got you both.
If you had to put money, if we did a circuit, would he
Dude,
put me
he's
down?
so competitive, and if he isn't going to win, he will cheat, and he's
100
really good at
fucking
cheating too.
Yeah, he told me he'll go over, under, or through the building.
He will,
I
no
heard it's
matter
real.
what, Rob will win. Just saying.
No matter what.
No
She
matter
loves you.
what.
I'll win too.
She's just aware.
No matter, however it happens.
Yeah. Even
Whether
if it
it's
just turns to
legally
violence,
or
I'm gonna
illegal,
fucking win.
he will win.
I showed you the
Just
AR
saying.
inside.
My man had to threaten to shoot me. Goodness,
I feel like
jerseys.
you'll still
yeah,
win.
but you only got, this is Jersey. What do you got? Fucking 3 bullets in that thing?
Allegedly. So
Well, anyway, join my app. I got all the things.
I'm going to go into the app. You guys have created such an awesome like ecosystem of like winners and people doing things, and I'm going to switch back to Rob, going back to the podcast. Chips and Caviar. You and Sangerman have...
Mr. Singerman.
Yeah, like you guys are fucking killing it. Like, talk about that.
Yeah, I've wanted to work with him for a while, right? We worked together. We started the supplement line together. We just reunited with the supplement line.
Redcon.
What's up?
Joined forces.
Joined forces. We actually, like, we started business together. We didn't really work that well. So Dana popped in and bought him out, which was fucking... How cool is that,
gangster.
right?
Yeah.
So cool.
I was like, I want to own this shit.
Yeah, so Dana wired him, whatever it was.
$325,000.
$325,000. Like, whose wife has their own fucking money to wire somebody and buy out a company? Like, that was sick.
It's gangster.
So then we went a bunch of years. I've always respected Redcon. I helped him design the first labels. So we just, like, merged forces again. And he just did 11 months in prison. And when he got out, he's like, I want to do something together. Let's like start a podcast. So, all right. So we started Chips and Caviar. He's a huge caviar guy. He has me as a caviar guy now. I fucking love caviar, which is where the small spoons come from.
Is that where it happened?
It's not where it happens, but that's when I started taking photos, right? Because when you eat caviar, you can't use a metal spoon because it, gives a metallic taste to the caviar. So you have to use a little pearl spoon, right? And I remember...
And it's tiny.
Yeah, so I've always liked little spoons. Like, I've liked little utensils because I'm a big, dumb fucking gorilla, and I eat really fast. Viking. Viking sounds better than gorilla, right? So I'm a big, dumb Viking who eats really fast. And little utensils, I used to use them in the studio to stir my little cups of espresso, right? And I was always like, oh, this is so weird. It makes me, like, slow down. So it was always this, like, reset for me. And when Aaron was about to go to prison... I was getting caviar, and I wanted something from that night to remember, right? So when I got this little spoon, I was like, I'm going to steal this little pearl spoon. So I took a photo of it because it was making me slow down to remember that moment. So now whenever you see me take photos, like I did tonight, right? Because life is so fast that
especially the way you're living, man.
Dude, yeah. If I can find one thing to slow myself down for that one moment, to be like, just realize that you're fucking here. Like, stop running so fast. So that's why I take the little utensil photos, right? But Chips and Caviar, we eat caviar all the time now because we're fancy. So we wanted to start a podcast called Chips and Caviar just because we have, like, so many stories together. I mean, even back to the first story where we're at the New York Pro and we were both broke. Just like, we barely got to the show. We got invited to a steakhouse. And it was the first time I ever went to a steakhouse where, like, the steak's $55 and you still have to order a side.
Like, it's just a steak
like
on a plate.
$14 slide.
A $14 spinach.
Yeah.
So, like, we sat
like
down.
It's 3 pieces of
and
spinach.
that was like the first time I really hung out with Aaron. I looked at him and I was like, bro, I can't afford dinner. And he's like, me neither. I hope the other guys pay for us. And they didn't, right?
They didn't. And
they
we're
didn't
like,
pay for
oh,
us.
shit.
Where were you?
What?
Where were you?
We're in New York City. I don't know.
Going to a pro show.
Some fancy restaurant. And I remember, like, we always think back to that because, like we're driving fucking Ferraris across Italy, touring the Vatican privately. And it's like, remember that one time we couldn't afford the fucking steaks? And we're, like, tapping each other nervous, like, what do we do? And it's like, now we're just here. So I think we have such, like, a similar cool story. I mean, he was addicted to heroin. Like, he's been through the shit. So starting the podcast has just been, like, a really good excuse for us to hang out, right? Like,
forces you to be with your friends.
Yeah, which has been my whole life.
It's important.
Like, starting an apparel line so I can hang out with her more, so I can hang out with my brother, so I can get my family around me more. It's just another one of those things.
Going back to the brand real quick, it's not just fitness apparel. Like, you guys have some sick flannels and hoodies and other things that, like,
it's generally everything, like, we're interested in.
Yeah, like what you like. You're in Montana. Like, if you don't have a flannel.
So when we moved to Montana, that's when it sort of exploded into, like, hiking bags and flannels and joggers, because it's stuff that we want to wear that we're going to use. So that's just what it happened to be.
And you guys have, killed it. I don't want to keep you all night. You guys have a ton of other brands, Onward, Redcon, I'm sure that you guys have other technology and software attached to everything that you're doing that is paying you equity.
Yeah.
You guys are going to do whatever you desire to do. I'm going to roll this to the end. I like to ask 2 questions. The first question is, if you can give any young guy or gal words of wisdom, what would it be from both of you?
My words of wisdom. I always try to teach females, like, the most important thing is to be confident within yourselves, and like how you find that, like, I found it through the gym. Maybe you find it through the gym, maybe you find it somewhere else, but confidence is where you're able to, let you know, when you actually believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, you can actually do whatever you want. I didn't have a family that told me that. I didn't learn that until, like, I sort of met him. I think we both sort of had families, like, because...
You both believed in each other.
Yeah. And, like, I didn't have anyone that said, like, asked me, like, what do you actually want to do? Because you can do whatever you want to do. And I kind of learned that through him. And then once I, like, found that confidence within myself, like, getting comfortable with myself was very, very important to me. So getting that comfort and confidence is what is going to make you able to, like, believe in yourself and take risks. Because, like, that's all a part of business, is, like, being able to take risks. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to take the risks. So, confidence is, like, the most important thing.
I agree with that. Rob?
So mine is kind of the same thing, right? I think there's a creative solution to everything. So I think be delusional, right? Be delusional and realize that. So I'm 40 years old. I'm about to say a crazy statement, right?
Say it.
I'm 40 years old. I'm 6'3", 278 pounds, and I could play in the NBA right now.
Yeah, you believe that.
Fucking tomorrow.
You believe
it's a
that.
crazy statement, right? And the fact of the matter is, can I actually play against LeBron James next year? No. But I can tell you what, I could work my ass off and sit courtside to where I'm on the fucking floor. I could start a podcast. I could start a blog. I could do something to put myself in a situation where technically I'm playing in the fucking NBA, right? And that's my whole, like, the front door might be locked, the back door might be locked, the windows might be locked, but there's fucking roof access, right? There's always a way to do something. So I think that, like, fucking dream, man. There's a creative way to get there. So, like, the NBA is, I think, one of the craziest things, because, like, I obviously can't. But I'll tell you what, I could be courtside fucking having a podcast about the NBA where players are responding to me and I'm interviewing people and I'm essentially playing fucking there. It's just not the obvious way to do it. So I think that, like, whatever your dream is, shoot for that dream, and you might end up 2 clicks off, but you're going to fucking be there.
And keep dreaming.
And fucking keep dreaming, man, because I think that, like, you get beat down and maybe you don't end up on that court, but, like, maybe you'll end up courtside. Maybe you'll end up with a blog. Maybe you'll end up with a radio show. Like, I don't know what it is, but, like, if you truly love the NBA, fucking shoot that shot.
2 years ago, I was just a regular guy doing financial services. You know, I was doing well. I was top of my class. But you didn't know me. Keaton didn't know me. None of these other guys in this coaching world didn't know me. And now you're sitting in my backyard because I dreamed that.
Exactly.
You know, like, you just got to go after what you're doing. And you two are fucking going after everything you both desire and love. Second quick question is, give some love to some people that you guys love on the internet. You know, give 1 or 2 businesses.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, my businesses would definitely be DLB Daily.
Don't love yourself.
Yeah.
Someone different.
Love
Oh,
somebody
no, wait,
else.
what was the question? I just missed that question.
So, like, if you can give love to, like, somebody
Jesus,
that you
missed
look
the
up to, you
question.
like.
All right, so I'm going to go first so
Go
she
ahead.
understands the assignment.
Oh, all I heard was give some love
I'm
to
going to
your...
give some love to my boy Keaton. We've brought him up a few times.
Limitless.
And I'm wearing this fucking brand new AP Vampire.
I hope I fucking get
that
one
he
for
got
my
me for my
birthday.
40th birthday, and he got engraved 40th on the side because he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, he is.
But, like, I think that's one thing. Like, great watch, right? Like, obviously, it's a fucking brand new AP. But I think the fact
What's that thing cost?
What?
What's that thing cost?
That's a $50,000 watch. But, like, the fact that, I mean, regardless of the price, right? I don't give a fuck if it's a G-Shock. But
No, but it means something.
the fact that, like, my friend is one, doing that well, and sees me have an impact enough where he's like, I'm gonna give you this watch. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Keaton, because, like, shit, man, like, we've been through shit, right? Like, I've had really hard conversations with him, and he's a true friend. Who's my Who's my second shout out business-wise?
Business-wise.
I'll give a shout out to Matt Vincent, since
There
we
you go.
mentioned him, right?
Matty Vincent.
I think Matt Vincent from Hate Brand Goods Are Not Dead Yet. Man, he is such a cool kid, right? And we talked about him earlier.
He's unique.
Very unique, very unique. I mean, I met him, like in his marriage, which then like him reinventing himself and realizing that like he's not tied to his life and that he can reinvent himself. And now like on his journey of the crazy shit that he's doing, like he has a passion for life that's like really fucking cool.
Yeah, makes you think about your life.
Yeah, no, he does. He does.
he
Like,
makes
I don't
me
agree
think.
with everything the dude does.
I don't
but,
agree
like,
with him either.
But I watch and I'm like, damn, man, like.
He actually makes me real uncomfortable. Like we were in a sauna and I was like, this is a fucking uncomfortable
But
conversation.
that's good though, man.
It is.
It's good to talk
I'm
to
open
people
to
like
it.
that. Yeah, yeah.
I'm open to it.
So I'll
Dana.
give a shout out to those two people.
Business. I mean, I guess because he was a huge part of our lives, and now even a bigger part of our life. Aaron Singerman. I would say Aaron Singerman, Redcon 1. Again, like we sort of talked about him, and
Massive business too.
massive business. And right now it's like, so we had a supplement company before, Run Everything, and we've had that for 10 years. We've been doing that for 10 years, and 2 years ago we kind of rebranded, reinvented it. And like as we're sitting here talking about like all the different things, we just haven't been giving it the love where I saw the vision for it to go. So he sort of like hopped back in, and now we're like just two friends. Like he's helping us out with that. I'm helping him out with Redcon to try to make it like the biggest company in the world. And it's cool to just be back working with friends, you know?
That's amazing.
And he's just like seeing him, like we went and visited him when he was like in prison, and just seeing his like mindset is very
Hardened.
like I you know, like you can't even
It has
imagine.
to be hardened. You get a lot of hate.
But just his outlook on everything was incredible. Like you go there and he was just happy and like feeling like just so positive.
There's no other choice.
I mean, there are
Bro,
other
there's other
choices.
choices.
No, but I'm saying, but like if you want to go win and you're still focused on
The
where
thing
you're
is,
going.
most people don't have, like,
if you have
they
an end
don't
goal-
see that positive. Like, I can't imagine what I would be like if I was like, you know, I have 3 sons that, like, if I had kids at home, a wife at home, or husband at home, like, if I was, like, in jail, like, I can't even imagine what mindset I would be in. And it was very inspiring to see him, one, go through that and, like, come out on the other side and just such a better person. And it's really cool to also see your, like, to show that you can reinvent yourself. Like seeing him, like knowing him, like going through heroin addict, then going through Blackstone, and that whole, like there was a couple years where we weren't really friends during that era, and then
that
we
happens
became
for
friends
people
again.
who in your life, you know, go through tough times. If you know you
Well,
feel
he was a different person, and I think it just shows that you can reinvent yourself, and through really bad shit, you can come out on the other side even better. So I'm excited to be working with a very good friend of ours, and just seeing what that relationship does, and both businesses, like just
It's killing it.
yeah.
By the
I mean,
way.
I'm excited. It's big things are happening, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Second person. This is hard. This is the one that I don't know what else to say.
Say Jake.
Jake,
Yes.
because he's crushing it over there.
Land and ammo.
Land and ammo.
Land and ammo.
No, actually, Jake has been I mean, music for Rob is like such a passion. So like seeing, like I just don't think you would be doing everything you're doing now, like musically, like just talent-wise, without him. Like you always, you have your own thing, but I think you're doing so much more now. And
I'll tell a quick story about Jake, from my perspective.
quiet little Jake over there.
Jake's very quiet. I think if we get him going, he has great stories.
Oh, a lot of good stories.
I went out to Keaton's event in Utah, and I've been to a lot of these events, and I actually think they, like, I think they're gay. Like, it's not my thing. Like, even my own event, like, I don't like to be at, like, these speaking events. Like,
They feel like the same thing.
yeah,
over
it feels
and
like
over,
the same thing over and over again. And he got on stage. You guys talked about Jake leaving his life in Massachusetts to go pursue his dreams in Montana. I was like, that's inspiring. Like, I mean that shit, Jake. And
it's been songwriting every single day.
Every single day.
Like, who shows up to their passion every single day?
I agree.
I do.
Right? Well, outside of okay, I'm surrounded by crazy people. But like these people don't take days off, man.
Yeah.
Like they believe in their thing and they show up and they work on their craft every single fucking day.
And a lot of them like Jake quietly.
Yeah.
In his little cabin in Montana.
Yeah.
And when we go away, he watches my Princess Kaya and takes her for walks.
I see. I watch his Instagram.
Yeah.
I see.
And she loves him so much. Because that's her
Guys,
favorite thing, is walks.
This has been awesome. I appreciate you both so much. Your story is awesome. This is going to, hopefully be a great hit on the internet. Hope it could be as big as chips and caviar.
Hopefully.
One day, my friend.
Yeah.
Cheers. We got to take a couple pics. I got to take a quick pee. Thank you so much.
Boom.
Cheers.
Thank
Love
you.
you both.
Love you, man.
So that's a wrap. If you enjoyed the podcast, you want to learn more about me and my network, check out the links below.